Hello and welcome to Wealthy Money TV. On today's episode, we'll be talking about planning an exit strategy, going from the corporate world into being an entrepreneur so that you don't just do it out of the blue in anger, which I know myself and most of my friends have done. We've just about had it and then you leave and you don't have any kind of backup. So my guest today to talk to us about this is Fiona Juan, and she's an author and life coach. Welcome, Fiona.
Thank you.
So Fiona, your story is quite interesting. We met and we had this incredible conversation to talk about our stories. I was like, who is this woman? Please share your story on how you came to be an entrepreneur, and maybe you'll inspire some people who are like, I want to do my thing, but I can't.
It's quite an interesting story. I grew up in business. I think I had my first job when I was about 12, where I helped my mom in her hairdressing salon. She was a hairdresser. So I grew up with the idea that a business could bring provision to a family. And mom taught me one thing. She said, God always provides every time without fail.
Wow.
Just do the work and ask for what you want.
Wow.
Right? I think it was a very rudimentary way of putting it, but
yes,
we knew that when we asked for that many clients, they came in. So
wow, always without fail.
Without fail, every time.
Wow.
Not a cent over what we had asked for, but we always got what we needed.
You actually remind me of the saying that God can only give you what you ask for.
And
so
what
if you ask for what you ask for. If you ask for pennies, you get pennies.
Yeah.
If you ask for billions, you get billions.
Yeah.
Okay, but continue. Wow.
On that note, like I say to a lot of people, stop praying and start doing. Because you can pray all you want, but if you don't actually get up and do the work, you're not going to get anything from the prayer. The prayer is lovely, it sets the intention.
Yes.
But you must actually get up and go do something. So last year, that's exactly what I did. My mom moved in with me, and she was in a bad space health-wise. My little one got ill in her first term of grade R, and I was told that the best option would be to homeschool her.
Wow.
And I was an assistant director at the Department of Social Development, with a glass ceiling very firmly placed over my head and the offer of permanent employment hanging over my head.
Yes.
And I say hanging over my head because had they given me permanent employment, I would have been delegated to the back end of mediocre suburbia for the rest of my life, not being able to afford tertiary education for my child, a car upgrade, a holiday at any point, because my job necessitated that I needed to be there most days.
Yes.
And I found that my quality of life, frankly, was crap.
Yes.
I suddenly had this lovely cap put on everything. Sorry, Fee, this is the end of your life. You need to now just every day chug along and be blessed that you have a job.
Yes.
Be grateful that you can afford mediocre food. Be grateful that you can afford to walk to work because you can't actually afford to move anywhere else. Be grateful for the scraps that life is throwing you because that's all you're worth. So I had to do a lot of looking in.
Yes.
And I've always said that I'm very disobedient. I've never been good at following the rules. I make a really bad employee because of that. But I'm also, it's one of those key things that is entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah.
And I recognize that I always had that in me.
Yes.
And in 2008, I decided to take the plunge and start my own business.
Yes.
And I did it again with this wonderful bravado. I knew what I was doing. I was a trained coach. I was going to go out there and change the world. And I failed miserably.
Wow.
So this time round, I had the happy inclination that since I've already failed, there's a good chance I'm going to succeed this time.
Because
your first business usually fails. So
Yes.
hey, I've done that already. Can we move on to the next one?
See, I wish someone had told me that the first business usually fails, because I was banging my head against the wall and being like, why is it not working? Why is it not working? But all the lessons that I've learned from the first business, I've now applied into the second. Like in the second, I know one thing: cash flow is king. And if I can't afford to do something, I will not take it on credit for the business because it will start to accumulate. So I have to rethink the way that I do business. Wow.
Exactly. I learned the second time around to, one, have a plan, update my knowledge base,
Okay.
Look, in all fairness, I have not stopped learning
Yes.
since I started reading when I was 6.
Yes.
So for me, learning is a need. I have to know more about everything.
Yeah.
And I think that's what benefits me in my current career, that if I don't know, I'm going to go find a course and I'm going to do it.
Yes.
So last year I started blogging. I got in touch with the WordPress community. I taught myself how to put my own website up. I taught myself about writing my first book. I said, well, let's upgrade what's available. And
so
I
you were
realized-
doing all this whilst you were at work?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say is that you don't just quit, you put things in place so that
Yes.
when you quit, you have something to walk into.
Not only that, you need to look at your finances. You need to look at what your requirement is. You need to look at your support base. Entrepreneurs fail because they don't have any support.
Yes.
You have to have people you can talk about your idea to. 2, you got to have people you can test your idea on.
True.
3, you've got to have a family who loves you even when you fail. Thanks,
Yep.
Mom. And you need to get to a point where your finances are ready to go. And also have the good grace to prepare your employer that you are leaving.
Wow.
Don't burn your bridges.
Yes. Wow. I think that's excellent advice. Thank you so much, Fiona. How can people get hold of you?
I am available on social media. It's the quickest way to get hold of me. #JustFiona on every platform and you'll find me.
I love that.
Yeah, it's Just Fiona and Just 1%.
Okay. And your website?
www.just1%.co.za.
Well, thank you so much. And everyone, you've heard this. I think this was a phenomenal, insightful interview. Please click on subscribe and subscribe to the Wealthy Money videos. And I'll see you next week for the next episode. In the meantime, keep well and have a phenomenal day. Bye.